Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? And can anyone hear me and see me? I don't know if we're live yet. So if anyone is here hanging with us, please let me know. Let me write in the chat here. I think I do. Hi, Chrissy. Shell. Shelly. Shelly, Shell, Shell. Aw, thank you, Shell, for always getting the links. You are the best. You are. Thank you so much. I count on you. I always count on Miss Shell. Why am I hot? I just wish I wasn't hot. If I had one thing, it'd be not to be hot. But you know, sometimes in life you just can't get it all. All right. So we have an agenda. I'm gonna quite free flow a couple of the basis points, but we're gonna hang out. And I know that I was chatting with Shell, and I think that she had asked me for a reading a little bit later. So I will totally do that for you, Shell. For Shell. Woohoo! Is that Sandra? Is that Sandra, my Scorpio twin? Sandra. Yes? Okay. All righty. All right, perfect, guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, so we can have a small crowd. We're good with that too. I know that we were, so earlier, for those who were not in real time with us, we were on Discord, our little group, our little soul family group. We were having a little good old time catching back up with all of the, all of us who hang out. And so I feel that that was important for us. I make the choices for us as a group to do what I feel in attunement with, right? Alignment. So I hope that no one felt, we were all hanging out on our little group, right? So I do, I love it, right? I totally love when we can all hang out as a collective, as a group, bond, experience, connect, interact, share our experiences, because where else can you find a safe place with true, genuine, authentic, connections, interactions? That's real. So, yay. Hey, Robbie, how are you? Good to see you, sweetie. Nibble. Hey, how are you, Nibble? Good to see you. Guys, Nibble also has a channel. He does, guys. I love hanging out on his live streams. If you are into nature, like, nurture, nature, definitely, totally check him out, all right? Woohoo! I love you too, Robbie. Thank you. Absolutely. All righty. So we've got our regulars here, and So tonight, it's important that, well, let me ask, before we go in there, how is everyone doing? That's important to me, right? Especially right now in this time and space, experience, we are all right in the middle of this very interesting experience where a lot of things are unknown. The future hasn't been, written quite yet. And of course, we're all, in limbo to some degree. So I do really care about all of us who are here because, in normal time, right, we are just in our little grind, our day to day, but in this experience, which no one could have possibly foreseen for this to play out the way it has played out, we've been here for quite a while in this entire, this experience. And I think that we all are having a little bit more self-awareness at this point with, how we are reacting, responding, and, embracing or not embracing, right, all of this. Yay. Oh, Nibble, that's so sweet of you. Nibble says, I'm wearing his favorite color. Which one, maroon or red or the white? Which one, sweetie? Well, I do. Oh, Sandra, you're good, Sandra. You are good, Sandra. So, maroon. I like maroon. Honestly, I do. I like red too, but I do like the little deeper tones. So yes, I concur. Yes, and Shell says working and doing homeschooling. I'm telling you, that is quite the task for me, for any parent or grandparent who has children, in their care. And the teachers, oh my gosh. It's interesting, guys, right? All right, well, I'm going to get right into this, okay? I usually like to just chat a little bit before I go right into business mode. But I'm happy to see, Nibble here. I know Sandra's going through a hard time. Many people have their own things like, Shell, Jenny, Chrissy, at least those I know about. But many others sometimes don't always, vocally express what they may be going through, and that's okay too. So if you're here in the chat with us, guys, let's put those hearts for all of us because everyone needs love, attention, and care at this point in time. We don't know what people are going through at any given moment. We don't, And so, and many people naturally don't always talk to their family about what pain points or what situations, adversities, challenges they're going through or facing because, sometimes family is not always the best place to, go to. So I'm honored that we have a place here, right, where we can come together with growth in mind, right, with the growth idea in mind. We're here. We're a no-nonsense kind of group. And I love the fact that our group is a no-nonsense group because we were just chatting about it earlier, guys, right? Who was with us earlier? We were chatting about how, a lot of groups online, not here, and I'm just saying, just in general, anywhere social media, groups portray or attempt to portray some kind of, I don't know what. And then you get in there and you're like, oh my God, all you want to do is run out the other exit stage left, right? Anybody else? Has anybody else here experienced where you're like, holy shit, why can't people just be nice and like kind and loving, right? I'm not referring to YouTube. I'm just in general, any social media platform, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, I don't know, wherever you hang out at. My point is that it's very easy to walk into an abyss of like, right, guys? Plumi. Plumi made her entrance. Go Plumi. Go Plumi. Plumi. Yeah, I agree, right, Plumi? I'm with you there. Me too. I'm with you. Thank you, Robbie. Shell, Chrissy, Gen Z, Plumi. Me too. I know you do too, Shell. I know. Play nicey nicey. Right, guys? Okay. So here is the game plan for this live stream. We're not going to be here long. The plan is to keep the information that I'm going to go deliver a little concise, okay? I have a couple of bullet points that I put together that I will be going over for class. And then following that, I know Shell has asked me for a reading, and I'm going to give Shell her reading because she is Mod Boss Inc. She is always got the lookout for us. And so I totally respect and appreciate that for sure. Totally. So the game plan, guys, is going to be, I'm going to go over the content, the information. I do have it concise as best I could. All right. And following that, I will totally do a handful. Oh, you have to go to work? Oh, Shell. Okay. Okay, Shell. Okay. No worries, no worries. All right. Did we see Mac Danny in the house? Jenny, Sandra, Chrissy. Is Mac Danny Mac here? Hi, Carla. Good morning. Oh my God. Okay, Shell. Well, I will do it for you today, though, for sure. Shell, I will. And I can even do it after this, just me and you. Hi, Claire Bear. How are you? Hi, Patch. How are you? Good to see you. Well, Jenny, give her a text, okay? Chrissy, are you still here, Scout? Chrissy was making coffee just moments ago. Thank you, Shell. Chrissy, can you message her for us? Scout? Yay! Thank you. All right. All right, let's get this rolling, okay? Let me see where I'm gonna start at. I put my bullet points together. If Danielle can't make it, no worries. She will catch the replay. We all do. And I will keep, okay, I'm gonna start here. And I will keep this one more concise, guys, I will. At the end of the content that I'm gonna be giving out, if those who would like a reading, or I can pull a couple cards, we can do that, guys. But the first agenda here is to go over some information, okay? This is typically what I call our Wednesday night class. We were hanging out on our group on voice and video in Discord. And I really didn't want to disrupt that process because, you know, every now and then you got to be with whatever is the right feeling, whatever's happening. And so I have no regrets. I love what we were talking about. We had a great, I don't know, you know what, I think hours went by, Chrissy. Someone help me. I think hours went by. I mean, I don't know. All I knew is that I left, I got myself food. I'm like, holy crap. We still gonna do this live stream. Just laughing in a good way, guys, a good way. Of course, always good, positive stuff here. So, Sandra. Alrighty. So earlier we were and we were also celebrating Abby's birthday. So we did a lot of things, guys. We were celebrating Abby's birthday. We made plans to do a quarter, birthday by the quarter. And then we were all hanging out. We had a good discussion though. And sometimes, guys, it's very important to have real quality dialogue, what I call like true interaction, true or authentic interaction. And you can talk to whomever here, or there, but it's so different when you're actually really connecting with people, right? That actually they want to listen, right? And so that to me is monumental, because that is what this whole, the purpose of life, guys, is to, connect with human beings, interact, and experience things, right? Have that exchange. Okay, cool. Thank you, Chrissy. Sandra. Let's put some hearts for Sandra. Sandra's always here all the time. Let's put some hearts for Sandra, guys. We put some red hearts for Sandra. Yay, Sandra. Okay, good. Thank you, Plumie. Alrighty. So I'm going to start. So we're going to go right into like the content, the information that I want to deliver. I put together some bullet points. So usually I write down like the actual like paragraphs, but for this particular live stream, I'm going to go ahead and just be more free flowing, which I usually am anyways. But So what I want to start off with is, you know, it's always very important in life, right? No matter where you're at, what's going on, who you're interacting with, the engagements, you know, socially, with family, friends, acquaintances, relationships, colleagues, peers, you name it, right? There's one part where we want to be polite and respectful, to understand and have the space, right? And there's another side of things where you still want to make sure that you're being your authentic true self, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to stay in integrity with who you are, right? You know, and oftentimes we're going to know people. We may make some concessions naturally because we you know, we're wired naturally to want to, we all know what I'm talking about, where, you know, you're knowing some people, you're getting to know. That part is appropriate, yes, but at the same time, you don't want to lose yourself in that process at any stake, because your own personal sovereignty does matter. You want to show up in all experiences, as many as, you know, as your true self, right? And it's okay if not everyone enjoys your personality traits or type, right? Like, because we're all purposefully, uniquely, you know, designed in our own little elements, right? We're not born to be the same. We're not. And that's the beauty, you know, of life, is that we're all so, you know, different. However, we have some common things we can come together on, right? And support each other, but also still honoring who we are. So the first message is to make sure that when you're when you're engaging, interacting, whether it's groups, family, friends, or holidays, I'm like holidays, any experience, right? New, you know, coworkers, peers, colleagues, whatever it may be, students, you want to make sure that you still stay, you know, who you are, right? Don't lose yourself in that process, because just know, right, that you want to, you know, honor your truest self. Does that make any sense, guys? Let me know. Anyone vibing with that? Y'all are funny here. I love it. I love it. Hi, Mojo. Hello. Yeah. Thank you, Patch, Chrissy, and Robbie, Jenny, Mojo. Yay. Okay. So, and you know, I want to go a little bit further on a little, not left or right on it, not politically, no. You know, taking it one more step further without going too deep. You know, I was talking to some people earlier today. Abby, she's not here right now. And one of the things me and her were chatting about was she's with this new person, which we are so happy, right? Abby's not here, but she will watch this replay. We are happy for Abby and her new love life. Yes, we totally are. I am. And you know, in her readings, we were chatting about, without specifics, you know, bringing clarity to situations, because, you know, you're coming into conversations or experience with new people that you don't really know that well. And it's important that you actually provide clarity, even to the point where maybe sometimes you over communicate the clarity, not because you'll be redundant or repeat yourself, but because it's important that all people, right, understand where you stand. Otherwise, we may think, right, we may interpret that they're vibing and they get us, but they may or may not. And so it does not hurt us to over communicate where we really stand. And Abby's not here, but me and her were chatting, me, her, and Danielle and Jenny, right? We were all hanging out earlier, celebrating Abby's birthday. And we were doing a reading for her and her new love life. We are happy for her. So it was a good point, though, because when that came up like 4 times, you know, I thought about that and I was like, you know, that's really very something that sometimes we just actually don't communicate enough information, or we assume that they're going to understand us. But again, if we think about our personalities, they're so uniquely different, right? I may say one thing, you may say one thing, you may say one, you know, right? But we may all interpret it differently. And with the growing of social media, all the platforms, and sometimes people are less communicatory, right, by verbal, we want to make sure, right, that those who we are engaging with in real time, they understand who we are, what we're about, what we're saying. And if you have to repeat yourself, that's okay. Don't feel bad about that. It is better to over communicate than to under communicate. All righty. What's up here? Oh yeah, my notes. Hold on. Has notes. All right, let me see where I'm gonna start with. Hold on. I didn't organize my notes that well. Okay, that one. Hold up. Hold up. Ooh. Wait, hold on, let me wait on this one. All right. We're gonna start here and go through it all. All right. We're gonna do our best here, okay, guys? All right. Okay. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, sweetie. At least someone finds me cute. Thank you, Robbie. Okay. All right. Thank you, Robbie. All right. So we're gonna start with, you know, in life, guys, and I have a couple of videos that I may or may not play. I'm not sure yet, but we reach these pivotal points, these moments of time where we're living everyday life and we're experiencing like this this moment where you almost feel like time not quite comes to a standstill, but somehow your higher self knows, wait a minute, here's a point of time where you're going to have to make choices, right? And decide and how you navigate, move forward, right? You can call them crossroads of life, pivotal points, however you want to, you know, refer to the process. You know, when you have those moments, right? And it's almost where time slows down because that's how life hits you sometimes. Time will slow down and you can't miss it because you're forced to actually face, right, what's really happening. Has anyone felt that way in the past? Let me know. Thank you. Thank you, Scout. Thank you. Thank you, the G-Spot, for the compliments. Thank you. Thank you, Chrissy. All right. Well, there's always like a divine timing, right? You guys have heard me talk about these things. For those who've been with me long enough to know that. For those who are new, then you may not be familiar with that terminology, but there's always, you know, a divine timing. There's a higher power always at play that's lining things up, right? Even if we don't know that's happening, it's always happening. And we notice these symbols, these synchronicities, these experiences when we're, you know, so imagine yourself going through life and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, that looks familiar, or this is, you know, unusual or interesting. The universe will bring you symbols, signs, pieces. Your awareness will be really heightened when you know you're supposed to be paying attention to something. So when life is going as usual, right, and you face points in time where you have, you know, choices to make or experiences to grow from, family, you know, think about how many times we have family that we do or don't want to deal with, right? Friends, work situations, or, you know, even with the whole COVID thing, we've been faced with new dilemmas. They may be uncomfortable. They may not be welcomed or warranted, but we're forced to face them head on. You can't escape them. You could try, but you're not going to get too far because reality is right in your face. You can't escape it, right? And so sometimes what people do is run away from situations that are right there, right? We've all been there where shit's going down. Where shit's hit the fan and we just want to go anywhere else but right there. Right, guys? I've been there before, so I've been there many times. Just being honest. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. And in those moments, our natural body wants to just jump and freaking run, right? I'm telling you. And but maybe, right, in life, maybe, just maybe, we've ran when things get uncomfortable, right? Things don't feel like, oh, I really don't want to do that. I don't really want to work through that. I really just want to I would rather take the pain and just avoid all these things than to jump in and work through things, right? How many people here, I mean, I know for me for sure, hands down, you know, sometimes we put these things on the back. You know what? I'll do it tomorrow. Or, you know, that emotional experience, oh, I really don't want to get in the weeds there. I don't really want to roll my sleeves up. I really just want to take the status quo, which we know is not the right position, and just burn ourselves or avoid anything, right? Or procrastinate, not progress forward. We've all been in both sides, right? Where we've actually done those, like we put it off. And we've also hopefully have all been on the other side of the equation too, where we've actually, all right, we know it's time. We got to work on this and move ourselves forward, right? So if you have been on both sides or one of those sides, can you put some yeses in the chat? I'm curious about it though. Anybody who wants to reply, because no one is forced to participate, but and then so let me wait. Mojo says I can bury my head in the sand, but then yes, you face it too. Yep, I got you there, Mojo. Yes, Scout. Thank you guys for participating. So what tends to happen in all these scenarios with, family, friends, work, peers, colleagues, again, it's human interaction, your children, again, like it affects us in ways where it's not like compartmentalized, right? Say you're at work, something weird happens, like, oh my God, why? Right? We do our best, our brain and we are wired to like try to make sense of something and like avoid, right? Like I think Mojo said fight or flight, whatever it may be, right? So we're faced with these situations and we've learned either consciously or unconsciously to avoid and suppress. I'm going to be fair. We are wired as human beings and as society to avoid at all costs facing that, whatever it may be, right? Small or big. And we learn these behaviors and then they become familiar and then they feel safe. Oh, you know what? I know I will do this and yeah, it'll just, we're going to figure this out. But I just, I'm going to just do this. Right, guys? I mean, I'm, using the self-dialogue. Does anybody relate to that? I certainly do. I have been there many times. I will share my own experiences where in the past, in the years prior, where I have emotionally suppressed situations, right? I want to work through those moments. Who would? Right? But I recognized, at pivot points and moments in life for me personally, where I realized that I can no longer keep growing as a soul without dealing with things of the past. And not just situations, but like emotional situations. For me, again, that's my experience. Everyone has their own unique experience. But for me personally, I've learned to deal with things, in the past with, okay, well, we'll just leave it over there. It's going to work itself out. Somehow it will or another. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you. I think I was talking about this a little bit on the live stream we did a couple nights ago. I didn't want to go too deep into it because, of course, it was not it wasn't for the topic of the subject matter. But I will say, I will recount my own personal story, part of something, I'm always growing. I'm a student of my own development, right? We are all students. And so I keep pushing myself to the edges to even be vulnerable when I don't want to be, so that I can keep growing too. And so I remember, when I had gotten divorced, it was a very difficult time in the past. And it was my choice. It came with a lot of situations that I really didn't want to go through. And for the most part, I had to deal with the ones that were like pertinent in my face in real time. But some of the things I just suppressed emotionally for years. I mean, and it was not until like maybe a couple years after that, but basically like my journey of growth, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, as a soul, as a human being, as a consciousness, I've trained myself to keep pushing and learning and growing, being vulnerable, even when I don't want to, even when it just feels, oh my God, if I face that, like that's gonna break me, or if I really do this, I don't know, right? And so for and again, I bring this up because I remember always pushing through, or pushing back in boxes of like my life somewhere, in my experience, not wanting to actually face situations in real time. In real time, I was really good at that for a long time. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. I can deal with pain internally. I don't want to live that again. I just push it there. Okay, so in the past, that's how I operated, and it worked, and I did it for so many years. Trust me, I was really good. And then with my spiritual downloads, there was moments in time where I kept getting information, and Katrina, these parts of you are very developed, but you need to get your other parts of you. Otherwise, you can't cross that finish line. I'm like, well, what do you mean finish line? Like, I don't even know what's happening. And so it may sound silly or funny, but like, to me, it makes sense. So I hope that this casual dialogue resonates with at least one person out there. If it's one person, then I've done my job, right? So I was like, no. I like it like this. I like it like this. I know this part of me works. I don't really want to, nope. And like, so for a long time, like resisted my own, intuition. This is years ago, but I'm telling you the story. So then I knew it, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to go get that part of me. Does that make sense to anyone else out there? Like where parts of you don't want to, come to the forefront? For me, it does. And so I had to finally face my own music, and choose. I had to like decide how to choose. And I was very reluctant. Let me tell you. I was like, well, why do I need this part of me? Because I really like all of this of me. And I baited myself. Just being honest, guys, it's funny. But I hope that, how I explain this very casually, the dialogue I'm using, I hope that it's more relatable, personal, and real, right? So, Miss back. Yeah. And so, alrighty. Love you, Plumie. Yeah, so there was a pivotal point in my own experience where I had to surrender to my higher self, my truth. And my truth told me, my higher self, the universe, God, source, creator, Katrina, you're on this, path, this trajectory, and you need to go get the rest of you. You can't go without that part of you. I'm like, okay. But I think it's okay there. Like I felt in those points of time where it felt fine to me. And it was fine. Of course it was. But when you really are tackling your own individual growth, your soul's development, you can't deny when you're on a journey and you realize you have to do more work on yourself. And so I say that because sometimes we don't want to face those emotional positions. I certainly did not. They bring up all the things we don't want to go through, the emotionals. We don't, and let me tell you. But at the same time, I realized that in order for me to really be liberated, free of any type of internal prison I had kept myself in without even knowing, not even consciously knowing I was doing that. When I did that, and that's just one experience, like when I chose to confront myself, right? Of course, it was not fun, and it does become emotional, and you will cry. I did. But you're able to fully release the internal pain that you're holding in, right? And it's not about being mad at yourself, because I was mad at myself. Like, I'm like, well, why would I even choose to get divorced if it's my, why would I want this when I was, of course, your mind will come and throw you into a lot of circles. Then, of course, the shame publicly, not really public shame, but, family, this or that. Like, well, why would you leave this person? They're a good man. And, of course, yeah, he is a very good man. I have nothing negative to say about this guy. No, I married him. So, of course. My point is that internally, right? This is years ago. I didn't want to really go through the motions for me, not for everybody else, but for myself, right, guys? So, anyways, it's very tough because it's even harder if you're someone like myself who has built walls, right? And I don't say walls in a mean way or a bad way. I say walls that have, we built as children to protect ourselves because that is just how we are, right? And to let people into those walls is very scary, very scary. And the process that's required to grow does begin with forgiveness, but forgiveness of first and foremost yourself. Forgive yourself first for holding on to all of that emotional pain. Forgive yourself. It's no one's fault. And it's not even about the fault. It's about surrendering, knowing and trusting and forgiving yourself, right? Sometimes we even are our own worst critic, right? I know I am. Like I am. So it's painful because we know our own truth. No one else is in your head but you. And when I face my own truth, I'm like, okay, all right. And it requires a lot of deep breathing. Inhaling fully and exhaling fully. And if you concentrate on breath, inhaling and exhaling, the deep breathing, right? Not shallow breath, but deep breathing. Every time you inhale the universe. And every time you exhale your pain. Every breath, you're exhaling all of that hurt. You inhale the positivity and you release all the toxins, the pain, the emotions, everything, right? You release that. You have to. There are people counting on you. Family, friends, loved ones. You may be heroes to other people and may not even know it. Even strangers. You owe it to yourself to surrender. Let's surrender all that pain that we're holding in. We don't want to keep it bottled in anyways. Sometimes we hold on to it because it feels so familiar. I know that sounds sad, but that's real. And many of us, many, including myself, have done that for years. We're holding on layers of ourselves that aren't even really our true self. We're holding them on. We're holding on to it because it's comfortable. It's easier, right? Okay. And the reason why I bring this up is because we are doing our personal development class, right? And one of the things that you know from our class is that every day is a new day. It really is. Every day is a new day to give yourself the best opportunity to heal, to grow, to love, to learn, to evolve. It really is. Every day we have a blank white canvas. That canvas is blank. It's white. And you have all of the colors, all the paintbrushes, all the tools you need right here next to you. And every day you get to decide what you're going to put up on that canvas. And it's okay if it's bad sometimes. Like, don't be upset, right? There's days where I have to acknowledge myself, all right, this was not a really good canvas, right? Experience it, go through those motions, and then release it though, right? If you never acknowledge it and go through the motions, then you're holding it on. So you got to release that though. And every day is a new day. And every day you show up and you give yourself the best opportunity, the best chance. This is your life. We are writing it every single day. We are. And there are days we may feel more reactionary to life or the canvas, right? Understandable. And there are days where we feel more empowered. When you have those days where you're more empowered, right? You want to really reflect at the end of those days and remind yourself, you know what? This was an amazing day. I actually saw myself grow, persevere. I stood up for myself. I used my voice. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know where I stand, and I know what I deserve, right? You gotta when you have those days, you gotta own those. You gotta own it, right? You feel my energy. When you have those days, you gotta own it. Because we know the other days, we know they're going to exist. We know that already. We know what those look like. We know what those, sometimes they're self-sabotage. Sometimes you're like, you give yourself the run around. You're in this fucking loop. You're like, oh my God, get me out of this loop. So help me God. Has anybody been there? I have. I'm not afraid to say it. I've been there before. So. And it's okay if nobody wants to, comment. No worries with me. We're good there. But that's the reality though, right, guys? Like that's real life. Like sometimes You know, we want to put like a present together and make it so perfect, the bow. But life doesn't work that way. It doesn't. I know it doesn't for me. Sometimes we need timeouts, like taking a break from different things just to recollect, you know, ourselves, gain clarity, figure out what's really happening. And sometimes it's okay to watch yourself go through the fucking cycle. When you watch yourself go through that cycle and you fucking know that's fucked up and you're watching yourself go through that, that's okay too. That's necessary sometimes. That's very necessary. Sometimes that's necessary, right? Because when we can witness ourselves in that cycle, now we have the awareness that you may or may not have had before that. And that awareness is clarity, and clarity is power. Are you with me, guys? Let me know if you're with me, okay? This might be a little deep. I feel that it's appropriate for all of us here in the group. Let me know. Awesome, guys. Yes. And let me tell you guys, life has thrown me a lot of unfavorable things. You may not think that, but it has. I mean, like my whole life. I'm not referring to today or current time, just in general, right? And there's been many times in my past, like, you know, years before, you know, any time where I'm like, fuck, why? All those moments, right? Has anybody or can anyone relate? I believe we can, but when life has taken you to your knees, you feel punched in the gut, you feel like you're on the floor. If you've been there, let me know. I've been there before, more than once. And when you were there, if you were there, you wished you had someone to at least coach you back up to your feet, right? I know I've always wished for that. Sometimes we got no one, nobody to be in our ear, in our corner. Sometimes we have nothing to tell you. That's tougher when you have nothing there. And then there's other times, possibly, if you're fortunate, when you have someone there, anyone right in your corner, supporting you, believing in you, trusting you, having faith in you. That's beautiful. And how many times, I know Jenny has been here for a long time, and others, I know that from the, you know, we've been here on YouTube, I have been on YouTube for a while in different live streams. And there's one thing I've always said while I'm here on YouTube is that we're still going to face life, right? Situations, hardships, experiences. We're going to face a lot of stuff, right? And most of us don't have anybody in our corner. Let's just be real, okay? Let's keep it real, because that's what we keep it real here. And one thing that I've said, you know, time and time again to those who, you know, have been with me longer, they'll know this. But when you don't have anybody, right? When you're facing that nothingness, solitude, emptiness, sorrow, pain, despair, zero, right? I've told many people here with me who hang out with me, if you have nothing, hear my voice. I will be in your corner. I'll do everything in my power to support you. If you have nothing to listen to, nothing to depend upon, nothing to bring you clarity, trust in my voice. I'm going to have your back. If you're part of my family, you better believe I got your back. You better believe I got your back. If you're in my family, I'm going to go all in. You don't have to have any belief in yourself. If you can't believe in yourself, believe in my belief of you. And I will do whatever I can to carry us through this whole journey, because we're all facing different things, guys. We're all facing different adversity, trials, tribulations, challenges, hardships, heartache, whatever it might be. We're not in it alone. We may feel that way sometimes. And maybe many of us have never had a place where you got someone in your corner who really cares, who's real, authentic, genuine, no nonsense, no bullshit. They're going to hear you out. We're going to be here. That's real. It's real. It's not easy. It's not easy going through life. It wasn't designed to be easy. It wasn't. We came here with some really tough lessons to work through. Ones that we may not even want to fully, acknowledge, but we know. And the ones that we don't like the most are the ones that we really got to work through. We didn't come here just to have, candies, roses, and gardens. We came for that too. We did. But we also showed up to grow. And it's tough. Very tough. And there's moments where shit is not pleasant. And there's no manual when you get in here. No manual. There's no instruction book. Page 1, page 2. Doesn't exist. We're thrown into this abyss, and we're forced to figure this shit out. And we're naturally going to feel alone in the dark, in the unknown. And we're like, what's going on? We naturally turn to our parents. They may not even be present or absent, or we may not know our parents, whatever is happening, right? We're thrown into this mess. It's a mix of all kinds of things. And all the things we've got facing ourselves are uniquely to our own experiences, right? We got to work through them. And they're different for all of us, right? Because we're all, first of all, as individuals, we're wired differently, right? We all have our own little personality traits. That's why I do the personality thing, guys. We're wired all differently. And each thing that we face or encounter in childhood or adult life are going to affect us in different ways, right? And they play out differently, right? They play out differently, guys. They do. They really do. We got to work through them. We want to become strong. We want to be our best self. And even if yesterday we sucked, we want to strive for our best self in every moment, right? We want to. I want to. And let me tell you, I fail a lot. I'm not afraid to admit I fucking fail often. And whenever I'm failing, when I think we're failing, whenever I find myself not where I know I'm supposed to be, I'm not mad at myself. I accept whatever's happening. But it reminds me, I know where I'm at. I know where I don't want to be. I also know where I do want to be, right? Because sometimes in the failure and sometimes in the pain and sometimes in the setbacks of life, even though in those real-time moments, like, fuck, this is fucking bullshit. I don't like this. I don't want no part of this. In that moment of despair and despondency, you're also being heightened. Your awareness is also being heightened and aware of, you know what you don't want. Now you can move toward, you know what you do want, right? Sometimes we have to just go and experience what we don't want, because now that brings you the clarity of what you do want. Danielle says, luckily I've had you coach me through the process of grace and forgiveness, even when I didn't want to. LOL, I love you for that. I love you too, Danielle. Mac, Danny Mac. But it's real, guys. You know, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to pivot a little bit on this conversation, a little bit deeper. If you guys want me to, let me know, okay? I can go a little bit further. On these topics of the sort that work, the genre, whatever you want to call it. But I do want to go a little bit further if y'all are okay. If y'all are not, then I don't have to. But let me know what you guys want, okay? What I'm gonna do just for a moment, guys, is just get some quick ice. I will run down my stairs, okay? Take off my heels. Because I don't want the live stream to go that long, but I do want to cover a little bit more time. I want to cover a little bit deeper on this, but let me know where you guys stand. Hold the fork down, mods. I'm going to count on you, okay? I'm not leaving. If anyone asks, I'm right back. I'm going to run down the stairs. Get ice, okay? Whew. Perfect. I'm back. Sorry, guys, I'm back. I also went to the restroom. Alrighty. Whew. Okay. Ouch. All right. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So we're good with going a little bit deeper then, guys. We're good with that. All right. Perfect. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. I need my pen. Where the hell did you go, pen? Oh, there it is. I got it. We're good. Lose my pens. My pen. All right. Perfect. So we're gonna go a little bit deeper, okay? And then we'll close it out. Got my eggs. I just don't like drinking warm Sprite. That's my pasties on. We're good. We're good. Ouch. Okay. Perfection. Alrighty. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Okay. Can we go here? All right, I got my notes organized again. Perfect. All right, Ty, here we go. Let's keep this rolling. All right, Danielle, love you. Love you, Mac, Danny Mac. Have a good night. All righty. Oh, I'm not on the camera. Oopsies. Okay. Okay. Oopsies. Alrighty. Sorry. Good night, the G-spot, Danielle. All right. So, I want to go a little bit deeper, okay? And let me go with this direction a little bit, okay? There was a couple live streams back on our class where I talked about the pillars of principality, which I really enjoyed that live stream because it's very true. I covered that, several weeks back. Maybe like a month or two back. And these are the things and the tools, right? I share my insight, my own experience. These are my ways of, going through, life, interacting, learning how to position myself emotionally, mentally, through the experiences. And so that's why I do what I do here, right? That's why. And so if you missed that particular stream, I would suggest to go watch it. But we all have these like pillars of like principality, these truths, or at least maybe we don't. And that's we have to start wherever we are, right? So depending on your own experience, it will all be very different and unique for everyone, right? Because we're not all on the same page. We're on different parts of our journey, but we're here together. And if we've never chosen or decided or even thought about what we stand for, what we want. And I don't really just mean like, oh, I want this, or I want that. Like, we can do that too. Hey, start wherever you're going to start, right? I'm not knocking it down. But once you really, decide to get serious with yourself, again, it does not matter how old or how young you are. This matters right now, right? What do you stand for? What do you want to do with the rest of your life, right? We live our life in this autopilot mode. We all do, including myself, right? And when we take ourselves out of autopilot, sometimes we're like, wait a minute, what? Wait, you want my awareness on where? It can be a little disturbing. But when you are actually realizing, okay, wait a minute, what do I want to create with my life? Why am I here and where am I going? And what do I stand for? What do I want? Right? Thank you, Sandra. It's cute. But it's very okay. Again, it all depends and it varies from person to person, and our experience, because all those things do shape us. Okay, so that's why it will range and vary. But the point is that let's assume we have no guidance, externally from the world, or even if your parents did. Like, the point is this: we've really never decided for ourselves, right? What are the truths that we stand for? I'm not referring to like political things at all. I'm not referring to morals. No, we're talking about who are you? And let's say you don't know who you are. That's okay too. Who do you want to become? Start there. Don't even go to who you are, because that will take you down the rabbit hole, the wrong direction. Start today with, who do you want to become? What does that person look like? What does that person look like? And what will that person have to go through? Right? So don't go into the past. Please don't go there, because the past will just take you down that rabbit hole that you can't get out of it. And it's gone anyway. So why stay there? You know what that looks like. You know what that looks like, because we lived that for how long, right? Who are you? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? I don't think you'll be that person before, right? I don't want to be my own self from before. I'm like, wait a minute. No, I don't. Nope. No. I know where I'm going, what I want. And stand firm with what you want, because what you want is what you deserve, right? And nothing less. It takes a very bold, courageous person to know what they want. Most people don't know what they want, and that's okay if you're there. But who do you want to become? Start with who you want to become. Don't go back to the past. Who do you want to become in this process? This shit is not over. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. No. You start right now where you're at with what you got, and you ask yourself, who do you want to become? And you work on building those traits right now, today. Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Let me know. It's real, guys. You're gonna hang out with me, you should know by now. This girl don't play. And I'm hard on myself. Yes, I am. I want the best for my family. When I say family, I mean all of us. Awesome, Nibble, Sandra, Scout, Chrissy, Jenny. Oftentimes people naturally feel that their life is already passed. That's not true. That's not true. Don't go to your deathbed with regrets, wishing, if I could have, if I should have, would have, could have, should have. Why? You're alive right now. If you're breathing, you're alive. If your heart is beating, you're here. You deserve better. And don't stay focused, fixated on like, well, it's my own fault. No. Start here and move forward. Let's move forward. We don't need to dissect the past, dude. We don't need to do that. That will trap us. No, we are right here and we're moving forward. We're going to claim our personal sovereignty. We're going to declare, I want more for myself, and you deserve it. And I will be the advocate for all of us to push us forward. I will push myself and I will help push everyone here in our group. We are going forward. No looking back. We don't have time for that. We have things to do today going forward. We have to leave our mark on this world, and this is not over yet, guys. And we had a lot to do. We have a lot to do. A lot. If you're in my group, let me tell you, you're here for a reason. I don't say that lightly. Just saying, we're divinely positioned. And let me just tell you, I say this from complete integrity and character. The people in my life, 100%, are in my life for a reason. Yes, 100%. I have no doubts. We're on the journey. We are on this journey together, right? We all have our different parts that we play, but we're here as a collective. We know who we are. We know who we are. And committed, dedicated, and loyal, we will keep going. We're going to keep going, right? We know who we are. We all do. We know. And even those who come in, like, you can join us. Please join us. We want you to come and be with us as a collective, as a group. We're going places. I will lead us all the way. You can count on me. You can count on me. I'm going to have your back. You're going to have my back, right? And we're going to go together all the way. And nothing will stop us. We have a lot to push forward on. You know what I mean? We do. We all do. We all have our story that's so uniquely to ourselves, right? Only you know your story. And your story matters. It always has. Sometimes we doubt ourselves. We, diminish what we think or this or that. No, it matters. It does. And even if you only impact one other person's life, that's one more human being on this world. But I know that people in our group here together, we're all, helping, supporting each other. And we have a long way to go, but we're on the right path. And so even when, it's dark and we can't even see just like the step in front of us, we can know and trust our intuition. Learn how to trust your intuition and trust this process and know you're supported. There's always a higher power at play helping, guiding us. But we together have to take our own steps. I can't make you take your step. You can't make me take my step. But if we're supporting each other, we're going to walk hand in hand the whole way, guys. Every step we take is very big. It is. Those steps can be uncomfortable, unfamiliar, ugly, full of different emotions, pain points, sorrow, burdens, childhood wounds, all kinds of things. But we are all stepping right together. We are. We're going to support each other the whole way through, and we're going to learn a lot about not only ourselves, but others, and we're going to be able to help each other in different ways because we all have unique things, right? That's why we're all different. We're built and we're wired differently, but we all are designed, right? So uniquely, right? And we contribute together. We contribute in our own ways. And that's important. Contributing to the betterment of yourself, others, humanity, the collective, being part of something real, not something fake, something real, something with character, integrity, personal sovereignty, truth, authenticity, sincerity. That's what we're doing here. 100%. I'm proud of us. I'm very proud of us because, it's not easy. It's not easy to be here. It's a choice that you make, right? To be part, to hang out, to come, it's a choice. It's the best choice you can make. I'm proud of everyone, every one of us. It means a lot. And I'm only speaking for myself, but I'm sure that many others who can't be here at this hour because we didn't do our live stream at the right time. We were hanging out on Discord, but I'm sure many others who are in our group, I'm sure they feel the same. I'm not going to speak on their behalf, but we're here. We're the real deal. We are. And the one thing, I'm proud of is that we don't do no bullshit here. I know it sounds silly, but like we're a no nonsense kind of group. Can anybody else at least second that or agree, or am I alone? We are a no nonsense group, right? We're not playing no games. We're not here for a show. There's no pony show. No. We're committed. We're committed for greatness. We're committed to each other. Loyalty, sovereignty, personal growth, development. We're here. And we stand as one. And we are stronger together as we move forward. And we're all growing at our own levels, our own paces. So no one can be the same level or pace because we're all so, different and uniquely designed. And that's the beautiful part, that we all show up for the betterment of humanity, the collective. right? And all of her energy is present. And trust me, I know energy very well. We show up, our energy shows up, I show up. When I show up, you're gonna feel me through that camera. You're gonna feel me through the camera because I come here with intention. I come here, I bring my entire self to the table. I do. I'm here. And I'm fully invested in this experience. I'm not somewhere else, here. I'm fully invested in this experience right here and right now. How many people do you know are this committed, this, focused with their intention, right? And not only that, I bring you my complete energy, all of us as a group, because I want you to know you matter to me. We're all part of this puzzle, this process. I can't do it without you guys. I need you and you need me. We're a team. We're a team. When I fall short, you pick me up. When you fall short, I pick you up. That's how it really works. If you've never ever had a person, a beingness, a team, or if you've never had anyone have your back, we have your back. If you've never had a true friend, we are your true friend. If you've never been loved, we will love you. If you've never had support, we will support you. That's how this works. That's commitment. That's authenticity. That's integrity and character. And that's what we stand for. All right, guys. Anybody have anything to say? I'm going to close it out. Anybody? Anybody out there? I know I'm intense. Y'all, if you don't know by now, your girl is, quite the intensity. Hey, Val's Friday, how are ya? Good to see you. Good to see you. All righty, guys. So, all right. Well, we will close it out there like that, okay? I enjoyed our time. I loved our experiences, guys. I do. I always do. If there's one thing you can count on, when I come for real. In a good way, though. And when you get me, get the real deal. On our group is the real deal, right, guys? All right, guys. We will close it at here. I wish everyone a wonderful day. And I will be doing more live streams. I will be. It's on my agenda. And I have some things in store, but I got to plan it out a little bit more. hang tight. We're going to get there. Yes. So with that being said, guys, I do wish everyone an amazing week, a day, a night. And don't forget, guys, right? Don't forget these key pieces, okay? If you can't remember all that I had said, that's okay. You felt me, right? What's more important is that you felt me through the screen, right? You felt me. I was sending and giving my complete attention, awareness, and energetics to this experience. So those who are here with me, I know that you felt me in real time. I know that. And in life, again, guys, every day is a new slate, a blank canvas. And you are the artist, and you get to write whatever you want on that canvas, on that blank slate. Nothing is off limits. You get to choose what's there. We get to choose how we respond to scenarios, situations. We get to choose what we accept, what we don't. We choose all the little piece we want. Whatever we want is what we're going to get. And I will end our stream with my favorite statement. The two polarities is fear and love. That's how it works, okay? Choose love over fear. All right, guys? Have a great night. Day. We have people all around the world. And I'm blessed and honored that we all came together. And till next time.